Good morning, all of you. In today's session, we are going to discuss about acids, bases, and salts. It is also the part of 10th class chemistry. Unit 3 it is, where we are going to distinguish what are acids, what are bases, and salts. In today's session, we are basically focusing on acids and bases only. So what are the basic type of acids and bases, and how can we distinguish by using some simple methods from simple laboratory methods. Okay, let us enter into the topic. So acids are nothing but, here so many scientists given different type of definitions for acids, bases, and salts. There is a possibility of Arrhenius acids, Lewis acids, Bronsted acids, and bases, right? So three different kind of definitions are given for acids, bases, and salts. So in elementary way, in preliminary conditions, first of all, we are basically thinking about Arrhenius acids only. Arrhenius acids and bases stands for, so when we consider acid under Arrhenius conditions, the compound which used to deliver H plus ions, which used to release H plus ions, are called acids. According to Arrhenius, base is nothing but OH minus donor. The species which able to release OH minus ion is called base. Okay, so this is about Arrhenius acid and bases. Okay, so now let us see the introduction about this unit. So in already 7th standard, acid, bases, and salt content salt concepts were introduced to you. So here we are going to extend that topic in detail. Okay, first we are going to identify acids and bases by using litmus test. Okay, so litmus paper is the indicator which used to identify the nature of substance. That means pH pH identifier. We can say it is the pH indicator. Means pH scale is framed based on the numbers ranges from 0 to 14. Okay, this is also known as Sorensen scale. On this pH scale, if values ranges from 0 to less than 6 are called acids. More than 7 to 14 are known as bases. At the value of 7, they are known as neutral substances. This is called a pH scale, and when the value are moving towards 0, that is called a strong acid. If the value is moving towards 7, that is said to be a weak acid. If the value is exactly at 7, that is called a neutral compound. If value is near to 7, towards 14, that is called a weak base. And if you're moving towards 14, so near to 14, that becomes strong base. Okay, so this is about the Sorensen scale, where you can monitor strength of acids and bases. So if on pH scale the value is 2, that denotes the given compound is strong acid. If it is given as pH 5, so pH 5 is given for mild acid. If the value is 7, exactly 7, that is called a neutral substance. If pH is 11, that is the mild base. If pH is 13, that is said to be a strong base. In that way, you can distinguish the compound based on the pH scale. This litmus test is basically used to identify pH of the compound. Means if the litmus paper, what litmus paper? Blue litmus paper we are taking. If blue litmus turned into red litmus, that is called a acid substance. If red litmus turned into blue, that is called a basic substance. It is the basic preliminary identification of acids and bases that you already studied in your class 7th. Okay, so many natural materials like litmus is used to identify acid base nature. So extract of red cabbage, by using this juice also you can identify. By changing the color, you can identify acid base neutral substances. And so some of the colored compounds extracted from the plants, especially flowers. So they are used to change their color in acid and base. So based on that color change, you can identify nature of the substance, acidic nature, basic nature, neutral nature. Right. So these can be used as acid base indicators. So in acidic compound, one of the color is preferably given. Basic substance, they are able to change their color. Those are called indicators used to identify the nature of compounds. Those are called pH indicators also. Right. So some of the indicators which are used in synthetical manner are methyl orange and phenolphthalein. Methyl orange, under acidic conditions, it exists in red color. When we are taking basic solution or alkaline solution, they exist in yellow color. Phenolphthalein under acidic conditions will be colorless. Under basic conditions, it will be turned into pink color, right? So this is about synthetically prepared acid-base indicator. Naturally occurring acid-base indicators, sir, you may take litmus paper, which is extracted from lichens. Okay, so lichens, Thallophyta, small organisms. So those organisms, we can extract the pigments and they are poured on the paper, that litmus paper used to distinguish acids and bases, right? And even cabbage extract also, red cabbage extract also used for the distinction of acids and bases. These are said to be natural indicators. When we are taking methyl orange and phenolphthalein, these are synthetically prepared indicators to distinguish acids and bases, right? So now let us see how litmus paper is prepared. Litmus is extracted from lichen. Lichen is a small organism belongs to the family of Thallophyta. So from this, the pigment extracted, which is used as an indicator. Whenever solution is in neutral color, that exists in purple, and colored substances, when we are taking acidic solution, so what happens under acidic solutions? So red litmus will not be changed. Blue litmus will be changed into red color. So under basic conditions, so red litmus turned into blue color. This is about litmus test. Now we are going to perform one activity. We are taking different solutions. By taking different solutions, we have to predict which is acid, which is base, which is neutral in nature, based on two types of indicators. What are two types of indicators? One is natural indicator, second is synthetic indicator. Natural indicator, we are using litmus test. Synthetic indicator, we are using phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Okay, so here the solutions which we are taking are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. All these were taken and added with small quantity of water in their separate test tubes. We are taking small glass test tube, and in each glass test tube, one of the solution will be added and small amount of water is added in order to prepare their dilute solutions. Okay, so now let us go to distinguish all kind of solutions based on their nature, and by treating with different natural and synthetic indicators. Here, whenever acidic solution is there, if the given compound is in acidic nature, blue litmus now dipped into which solution? Acid solution. Blue litmus paper was taken. Here you can observe a container is there. This is a beaker. In this beaker, we are taking acid solution, dipping blue litmus paper into this. Whenever blue litmus paper dipped, the part whichever dipped can be turned into red color. Now you can interfere that the given compound is acid. When red litmus is dipped into this, again it remains in red color. That's why it will not be affected. Red litmus will not be affected by acid solution. Only blue litmus will be turned into red color, which is described in this diagram. And next is about basic solution. In either beaker, that is filled with basic solution. Now we are dipping which litmus paper? So red litmus paper was taken and dipped into basic solution. Red litmus remains red litmus converted into blue color solution when it dipped into base, right? But when blue litmus taken and dipped, it will not be affected. What's the reason? Already it is in blue color. Under basic conditions, litmus again turned into blue color. That's why there is no change in its color. Blue litmus color change is not observed. Only red litmus turned into blue color when it dipped into basic solution, right? So in this way, acid base can be determined. When we are taking neutral, means pH is laying exactly at 7. pH exactly 7, that indicates there is no color change. What litmus paper you are dipping? If you are dipping red litmus into neutral, that remains red. Blue litmus into neutral remains blue only. No color change is observed because there is no reaction with that. So that's why you can infer that it will be neutral in nature. So this is about blue-red litmus test. Under acidic conditions, blue litmus turn to red. Under basic conditions, red litmus turn to blue. Now, let us go with synthetic indicators. One is methyl orange, second is phenolphthalein. Acidic solution when 2 drops of methyl orange added. Here you are adding methyl orange to acidic solution. Now that solution is turned into red color. Solution is turned into red color. Here you can clearly observe. So when acid solution is added with 2 drops of methyl orange indicator, it will be turned into red. When neutral solution added with methyl orange, so color will remains yellow. And under basic conditions, when we are adding methyl orange 2 drops, what happens? That solution is turned into yellow color. So this is about methyl orange test. Methyl orange, acidic solution will be red color, basic solution will be yellow color. Under neutral conditions, most probably you can't observe any color change, but slightly yellow color will be observed for neutral conditions. When phenolphthalein solution was taken, under acidic condition, phenolphthalein remains colorless. If HCl added with 2 drops of phenolphthalein, it will be colorless. When sodium hydroxide, for example, base is nothing but sodium hydroxide is the simplest example. Added with 2 drops of phenolphthalein indicator, you can observe this pink color. Pink color will be appeared. You can infer that the given compound is base. If neutral is there, no color change will be appeared, right? So in this way, here what will happen? Acid, base, neutral can be distinguished by using synthetic reagents like methyl orange and phenolphthalein, right? Let us move on to next slide. Here, activity is going to be performed. What activity? We are taking a test tube. Into the test tube, a small quantity of HCl is added, and to that HCl, some amount of water will be added, right? Aqueous hydrochloric acid solution was prepared in the test tube. Aqueous hydrochloric acid test tube was prepared. To that aqueous hydrochloric acid, we are dipping blue litmus paper. What is the color change? Color change will be blue turned into red color. When red litmus soaked into this acid, it will not be changed. Color is not changed in what? Red litmus paper. Whenever methyl orange is added to this one, to this HCl solution, we are adding methyl orange. What you can infer? Here, the observation will be red color. When phenolphthalein is added to HCl, what happens? You can see colorless solution. So these are the various tests performed for HCl. Based on all these, you can identify the given compound is a acid, because blue litmus turned to red indicates acid. Red litmus unchanged is also acid. Methyl orange turned to red is also acid. Phenolphthalein colorless will be acid. Sulfuric acid. It is also having same kind of color changes, because here also it able to release H plus. You can say it is the Arrhenius acid having the provision of H plus liberation. That's why it is also Arrhenius acid. And nitric acid, you can perform the same kind of experiment by using nitric acid. Nitric acid also having same kind of transformation, red color with blue litmus, no color change with red litmus, and methyl orange will give red color, phenolphthalein no color change will be appeared. Acetic acid, acetic acid is the kind of organic acid. It used to liberate H plus, but extent of H plus liberation will be somewhat low. So ease of H plus liberation will be low. Hence we can say acetic acid will be mild acid. These are called mineral acids which are strong in nature, right? Even it is a mild acid, it will use to give the same kind of inference, same kind of observations, just like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, and even nitric acid, right? Because acetic acid also able to release H plus, being it is acid, used to give same kind of reaction in interference, right? So this is about compounds which are having acidic nature, which are used to give the indication with natural and also synthetic indicators. Based on all this, you can observe that all these compounds are said to be acids. Now, let us move on to sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, and calcium hydroxide. All these compounds are possessing OH minus, means hydroxy ions are there in its compound state. Whenever they added to water, they are able to release free OH minus into the water. Hence, you can say these compounds are called basic in nature, because hydroxide ion donor is called base in accordance with Arrhenius. When blue litmus test is conducted, it will not be affected. Color change will not be appeared in blue litmus paper. When red litmus soaked into this, either NaOH, KOH, magnesium, ammonium, or calcium hydroxide. So what happens? Red litmus turned into blue litmus. This indicates that the given compound is having basic nature. pH will be more than 7. Right? Whenever methyl orange was taken, methyl orange exists in yellow color under these basic conditions. Always methyl orange will give yellow color under basic conditions. When phenolphthalein solution is added to these aqueous solutions, always under basic condition, phenolphthalein color will be pink. All these are the basic substances. All these are able to release OH minus into water. Hence, phenolphthalein color will be pink and it will be represented in this conical, right? So based on all these reaction conditions, you can clarify that the given compound is a basic compound. The given compound is a base. Okay. So this is about the activity what we perform for all these given compounds. Okay, so litmus test was conducted, methyl orange test was conducted, and also phenolphthalein test was conducted. Based on that, we have to fill up all these. We already made that chart paper, and also color change is also clearly mentioned. So based on that, we can observe that whatever substances having H plus in its state, HCl under vapor conditions is not a acid. It will not give any H plus. When it added to water, then only H plus will be released. Then only you can say it is the acidic compound. Up to compound number 4, all these are said to be acids. Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, magnesium, ammonium, calcium hydroxide, all these compounds are basic hydroxides, because whenever they added to water, releases OH minus, and their reactivity will be almost similar with these indicators. Okay, so this is about activity number 1. And in the next class, we are going to discuss about activity 2 from this unit, acids and bases. Unit 3. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope this session will be helpful to you. How can we distinguish acids, bases, and the salts. So if salt is neutral in nature, it is very clear. So neutral substances also identified by using these indicators. Okay, so that activity we already performed. Hope this session will be helpful for your effective preparation. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.